You are in the studio of Perpetual Mojo, and I'm so excited! I'm making a steampunk burnt brown bag barrette. I took 4 sheets of brown bag and glued them together. And then I cut them into shapes. I used circle punches for these, and then a smaller punch around the edges. So each one is 4 layers. And I have these layers on the back that are going to be glued together before we start. And the reason that I want them in those places are each of the gears will be supported. They won't be just hanging out there. We want this to be super strong. So let's get started then. I have my giant Tub O original tacky glue, and I am going to begin painting. Each of these were glued together by a nice even coat of the original tacky glue. So they are strong. I don't want them to overlap because I don't want the edge to be raised. Right, just like that. Now I could do each of these pieces on their own, but the very fine edges I think would get burnt up, and I don't want that. That's why I'm gluing all of these together now. I'm doing the whole surface because when I begin I want it to be very even. I want the glue to be nice and even. And that one will go there. One more coat on the top of these guys, and then we can get started. Now the glue does have to be wet when you work, so if you're doing a really large piece, you'll want to do it in sections. I'm going to hold on to this, and I'm going to light my candle. There you go. And I'm going to start burning. Now I want the glue to sizzle and crackle and bubble. So if you hear hissing, that's a good thing. Just keep checking, and anywhere that you see shine, the glue is still wet. Okay, let's glue the other side now. Okay, nice and even. If you get some on the other side, that's not a problem. You can go back and do it again. And you just start again. I'm just going to put a little spot right back in there. You're not going to hurt it by having to add more glue. When it has cooled off, take a wet wipe or just a soft cloth to it to remove the soot. And when you do, it's going to look fabulous. Check it out, my little gears. Be very careful when you are doing burnt brown bag because you want to work in a ventilated area. I'm working on a large ceramic tile so that if it were to catch on fire, I could just lay it down. Keep a little water next to you so that if you do end up with a fire, you can spritz it out. Now I'm carefully bending it so that it will sit flat on the barrette. And then I'm going to use an Eco Heidi trick. That's going to work. I'm going to use the tacky glue. This is the super thick tacky glue. And I'm also going to use some hot glue. So I'll get the right now, exactly what I need to hold it into place glue, and the long term. I'm going to put hot glue where it will squish up and out and hold that right on there. I'm going to hold that till the hot glue dries. I want to get some accents going so that you can really see all of the detail. So I've got a little bit of Rub and Buff gold, and I'm going to touch here and there so that you can see where the edges stand out. I also want to add a couple of extra metallic accents. This is actually polymer clay, but it has the Rub and Buff on it, so it's very lovely. And here is our very lovely, grungy, steampunk barrette. It's all ready to go. I'm Candace, and you stay crafty, my friends.